There we go. All right, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? So, long time no post. Uh, gang, what's up, YouTube community, and just to all my followers. How's it going? I haven't posted on my YouTube in a long time. I haven't gone over I haven't given you guys my perspective on the charts in a while, so that's what this video is for. Um, Currently, the only account I have is like this super small account. Uh, as you can see, the balance is $25. It was like 11 when I initially made the deposit. So it's super small, but I just have been demo trading, and I figured I can't really spare the money to go get another funded account or to like fund my own account too much. But I've been doing fine demo trading, and I just felt like it just made sense to, if I'm going to be like taking practice trades or stuff like that, or like running up a demo account, I might as well just have my own account because yeah, I was running it up on that account, and it just felt like I wasn't trying too hard. I was just taking trades that I saw, albeit it was a lot easier, I would say, already. Just like I'll get into the trades. This is basically going to be a breakdown video of a couple of the trades I have taken on this account so far. Um, like I said, because I want to give you guys my perspective on the charts. It's been a while. As you can see, the account's at 25.64, so roughly $15, or let me say $14. I can math. I can math. I consider myself, whatever. I can math. I'm in financial markets, and so I better know how to math anyway. So this trade really came right here. This was a supply setup that took 5 hours to play out, and if you were familiar or you go back and might watch my previous content, you're gonna be like, oh, this guy was stressed out. He does not hold trades for 5 hours. I hardly ever do stuff like that. Normally my average trades be like a minute to 5 minutes, 5 minutes to 10 to 15. It just depends on the setup, but usually not more than an hour for sure. Yeah, so this one just took a long time to play out. I entered on this as soon as we got into. So here I have this purple supply zone marked out. The reason I considered it a valid supply zone is because we see price already in a downtrend for the most part. You see these lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and this was just the most recent supply area where price had aggressively sold off and where price has not tested yet. And so we were coming in, and then boom, we got into the zone. And essentially, this very first candle that printed bearish, the black one that printed bearish, and outside of the zone, I entered, and this proceeded to consolidate. And I was in drawdown for, yeah, like 5 hours, 4 hours, until the last like hour it finally started pushing down, and I hit my TP, which actually was somewhere probably like around here, but it got hit. And yeah, that trade made me $6 profit. It costed 20 cents, so let's say 5.50, just, or 5.75, however you guys want to round it off. But yeah, so that was that trade. I took this trade around like midnight. This was, so I admit I wasn't expecting there to be too much of a driving liquidity pool to even make this trade play out. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense it took this long. Right around that London Open is when we started getting some volume in, but then it looks like London volume started targeting uh, this area again, came back into this area, and then came right back out and basically double dip. But I wasn't looking at this chart at this morning. Had I been, I mean, I could have taken this trade, but I was actually looking at Bitcoin. So let's go look at the trades. Got my close positions right here, and yeah, super trying to be transparent with y'all. I have nothing to hide. Look, this was crazy. Okay, So this trade took a while to kind of set up and play out, and I missed a crude oil trade waiting for this trade, but we're going to get to the crude oil trade because I ended up still taking trade on crude oil and still played out in my favor. Um, but yeah, I could have just took crude oil and been done for the day. But anyway, so this was another supply setup this morning coming in like at 8 o'clock. I entered this early. We had some push down, came back out. I got out. Price started pulling back in, and then we were closer to the open. Then I got back into the trade. We came all the way down here, but then came all the way back up. As you see, almost like broke out of this trend line. We tested it one last time right here. Then we finally started pushing down. I didn't even hold through all the way to this. I got out somewhere when price was testing these lows or breaking these lows. I could have rode it a little lower. And as you can see, crypto in general, as you saw on the Ethereum chart, and here is showing on the Bitcoin chart, is just kind of running that overnight supply is still holding, right? So that being said, those were my Bitcoin trades. Like I said, I pretty much double dipped. I got in early, kind of got into a little profit. Felt like, oh, I got in. What am I doing? Felt like, oh, I got in early. Let me just get out in this profit and wait closer to the market open. When the market opened, oh no, that's what it was. I bought up because, as you see, it's a buy. My fault. I misremembered that, and I just bullshitted y'all, acting like I knew when I really didn't. But I did kind of believe that that was the case before looking and realizing no, that wasn't the case. But now looking at the buy, I do remember it was a buy because initially when I looked at the chart, it was like 7 o'clock, 7:50, 7:30 maybe. Yeah, 7:30 I think around that time. It was like 7:40. I placed that trade, and yeah. So as you can see, it was like 7:39 when I placed the trade, but price hadn't reached the supply zone yet, so I figured I could take a buy up into the supply zone. So then, once price got into the supply zone, I closed the trade, and then that's when I entered my sell. And then it took so long to play out that I really didn't hold it out for much, and I didn't even make as much as the buy. And the sell was supposed to be the bigger trade. I technically could still be in the sell if I was taking that, but I ended up getting out of this trade. It took so long to play out. Also, now we can go over the crude oil trade. I was so upset because there was a clear demand set up. Oh my God. And I hopped out of this trade so early just because this was the second time prices coming into this demand. So I'll go to the 1 minute because it'll be easier to see. But I definitely looked at this on the 15 minute, and that's where I entered from. But either way it goes, doesn't really make a difference. So initially at the start of the day, price was around here. If you look at the bottom, the time says like 8:10, right? Price was down here. I was already in that Bitcoin sell. Had I not been in that Bitcoin sell, as soon as price would have came out of this demand zone, I would have entered for the buy, targeting these highs right up here. Boom. And as you see, that would have got hit in essentially like 5 or 10 minutes. And that was just such a good play. Like, I was sitting there watching it play out and just so mad because I was in the Bitcoin trade, which was taking forever to play out. And this would have made like $14, $10 at least. I know, like, so I wish I would have caught this trade, but ended up what I did do, once I finally got out of that Bitcoin trade and it played out in my favor a little bit, I came back to this chart and I noticed that price was breaking out of this trend line from this liquidity grab play right here. We took out these highs, and then we started trading down, right? But I noticed that we created this kind of trend, and we had also took out liquidity here back in the demand zone, and then we broke out. So at the candle that broke out right here, not even, I entered a little earlier than that. So we took this lower liquidity we have, like I said, to the left. We took that out with this move down here. Then price started teetering up. We had 1, 2, 3 bullish candles. I went ahead and entered because I look at that as 3 straight candles in any direction type deal is like a pretty good momentum signal. Still, I wish that third candle would have broke out and been bullish, but it was okay. It didn't break out, but then the next one did. We got a break and retest, and as you can see, the rest was history. Price pulled up to here, and I ain't gonna lie, I got out of this trade basically once this first candle kind of pulled down. Um, and so I made like $7 on the trade, but as you can see, price continued to go up. I entered here, got out here, made $7. Had I got out here, I might have made like 15. You know what I'm saying? And if you're looking at this now and you're still in it, you're a happy camper, bro. So I wish I would have just stuck with oil, and I think that's what I'm gonna do with this account, or just yeah, because on my demo account I was sticking with one pair, which was US 30, but this account was way too small to trade US 30. It was too small to even trade a lot of things, so that's why I started off trading Ethereum. Then I switched to Bitcoin. Then I switched over to oil, and I'm realizing I could trade gold too. I've been looking around at some of the instruments, and yeah, just checking out what the leverage is and what I'm allowed to trade. As you can see here on oil, I could take like a point zero 0.05. Some things I could barely meet the minimum requirement. Look, I could take a point zero 0.07 if I wanted to on oil, but anyway, I wish I would have held that trade out. Either way, I took so many trades for the day. I just said I was okay with a $7 trade. It was bigger than the Ethereum trade. It was my biggest trade yet on this little account. So, and it was a $15 account at that point. So, yeah, it can't be mad with like a 50% gain. Uh, I wish it was like 50% of $20,000. Like say I had a $20,000 account, boom, $10,000 day. Yeah, that'd be great, but we all got to start somewhere. 50% is still really good if you could just manage your emotions and do that with any sum. Because the numbers don't matter. At the end of the day, I traded setups that I've had faith in, not my greed here. So, because if I really wanted to, I mean, with this second dip in, I would have targeted these highs again. So, yeah, but either way it goes, I'm not upset. I might trade oil from here on out. Also, did take a gold trade. It was super small. I don't even know how it played out. Let's go look at it. I made like 50 cents on it. Trade cost 7 cents, so I made 40 cents. Oh yeah, I don't think this played out. It was like a 1 minute supply setup. Where's the supply at? Somewhere in here. I was looking at this setup. Um, I want to say it was here. Here we go. Oh, wait. First of all, I don't want it to extend left. Second of all, that's not where I wanted it exactly. Let's go right to here to like this level right here. Okay, so the start of this supply zone was at the high of this last push down. The bottom of it is the lowest point that was reached before pushing back up, right? Which is at the bottom of this square. So when price came into this square, here I'll zoom in so maybe it just is easier to see. Sorry if my face is like in and out of frame. This is my phone, if that's not obvious enough. But so yeah, price comes into this level, right? All this after this had not happened yet. We had not invalidated the zone and broke below it yet. So price comes into this level, gets really close to invalidating it, does not, pulls all the way back up. And once price gets out of here, I enter position, stop loss below here. Take profit was going to be above here, but as you can see, price did make a push up and then push right back down. After this initial push up, I just got out the trade because uh, after this initial push up, I just got out the trade because I had already taken enough trades today. I had doubled my account size and then some. So I was just like, you know what? I don't need to be trading right now. I'm glad to see I could take a trade on gold, which was like okay, but then even then, that small move was only like 50 cents, and in a similar move would be like dollars on oil. So I'm probably gonna stick to oil for a little, at least until I could get to my comfort zone of indices. Either way it goes, I think that's it. I think that's my perspective on the markets, and I think the goal of this video has been accomplished. Hopefully, this has have provided you with some sort of like perspective. Again, that said, I'm gonna get out of here. peace. Please. You know what I'm saying? Have a good one. Watch the other videos for more insights. Look out for more. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry it's been so long, but I don't have the setup, and we're still very much in grind mode. As you can see, I'm trying to grow a small account. Yeah, but go follow me on Instagram for an update. Things have been. Also follow me on TikTok. I may post that on the update on TikTok. Right now, it's currently just on my Instagram, all under the same name, King Trades Futures. Sorry if I seem a little cloudy or like slow. I ain't gonna cap. I have been enlightened by my lighter. That being said, if you know what that means, you know. Yeah, stay positive. Um, Praying for all y'all. Pray for me. Let's pray for each other. Let's count our blessings and realize we living in the dash right now. I just seen a video say we living in the dash. You die this date. You were born this date, but your life is the dash, right? When you see, you know, you know what I mean. Hopefully that made some sense. I feel like I just made some sense today. Approximately about 15,000 cent. Anyway, I'm just rambling right now. I'm trying to see if it's like something else I want to discuss with you all. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Yeah, anything you want to see from me, let me know, because this isn't just a resource for me, my channel. I want to be a resource for anyone who doesn't have this knowledge and or perspective. This is ultimately, I just want to share a transparent glimpse into the life of someone who hasn't figured it out yet, but is figuring it out. So you don't have to, basically. Yeah, as cheesy or corny as that sounded, you know what I mean? Like, that's essentially what I'm doing here. Not so you don't have to, though, but just because I am someone who happens to have my personal side. I do this. If you could see that, if you go on my channel, you'll see the history. I've been trading. It's not new to me. So if you're new to it, this is just a perspective of it, because it's so many ways you could go about it. I know it's more people who are like probably way more professional than me, who could probably explain things so much easier than me, maybe even just know more than me, right? Not maybe, definitely people that know more than me. So and go do your due diligence and find other resources. I am not the sole resource, not trying to be no sole resource. That being said, um yeah, I do have a community that you can go and join, and nobody's joined it yet, so I don't do live sessions, but it's so that I could do live sessions and give that prioritized um, communication. However, nobody's joined it. I'll really be pushing it more if like more people start trying to come to me for things, but since that's not the case right now, it's just like, just hit me up. Like I said, leave a comment, follow me on socials, King Trades Futures, across everything except Twitter. I'm not on Twitter yet. Um, and yeah, just shoot me a DM, comment. We could talk trading. Shoot, if you want to hop on and see like what I'm doing in the morning or whatever, if you want to go over, do like post market reviews with each other, definitely. I think that's kind of what I just did here on this video, is a little post market. It's not after the market yet, I guess not really, but post trade review. And I am so salty. I got out right here, y'all, right around here. This thing has been going chugga chugga chugga. Actually, I'm not mad, because profit's profit, and you can't be mad when you don't lose money. Be upset when you lose money. This video is getting long. I'm finna go. I'm sure y'all got things y'all need to do. I got things I need to do, like finish watching this One Piece. I'm not even gonna get into my anime, but if you haven't watched One Piece yet, all I'm saying is why? Why haven't you? Go do yourself a favor, It's funny. It's it's got a lot of love. It's a love project. There's so much love poured into this project because it's not even like they are like some crazy big IP or nothing like that. I mean, they're a pretty big IP, but they're not the biggest. They're not Pokemon, okay? They're not DBZ, okay? And heck, they're not even really Naruto. They're just starting to surge in popularity for real again. And this isn't supposed to be about anime. So that's all I'm gonna say. Peace.